Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look at a scenario in which a revolt happens in the Transylvanian region of Romania, which might not even be called anything now, but let's just keep going like this. Like, the Transylvania I'll be using for the descriptions north of the Carpathian Mountains, or what was part of the Hungarian Empire during Austria-Hungary. But the first thing that happens is a massive revolt. Yes, you can't have it without a revolt. And I'm sure the few Hungarians probably started it, but let's not worry. And let's make it yellow, because I feel like we should make a yellow empire at some point. With them revolting here and in the Hungarian area, which is actually here. And quickly this front gains lands, and the northern front starts gaining lands. With Romania launching 2 counterattacks. One here, and it barely does anything, and then one here. With both of these forces, one manages to move up north towards the Ukrainian border, and then the other one links up with it. This area that's encircled in the north quickly falls as troops can't escape it. As they start getting deeper into the country, eventually they start more areas to come across from. And then they move in rapidly from here. As Romania launches another counter-offensive, with a front from here in the south, rapidly expanding, and then up in the north they rapidly expand. The goal was to encircle, but they got stopped in the southern front in time. As they move over here quickly into Moldova's border, which they use to collapse the northern part of Romania. At this point, they move towards, yes, Bucharest. And they take Bucharest over. And well, a peace treaty is signed, which grants them what they wanted. And also, this is not great borders, as they agree to withdraw beyond that point. But what Romania doesn't know is that they're coming back. And they're not taking no for an answer. And well, the first nation they decide to go after is Hungary. Because Hungary is hungry to be invaded. That doesn't make sense. With a front being made in their west. Yes, and they get a bigger defeat than the Socialist Republic of Hungary did. As they quickly advance all the way to here. And then they move in and take Budapest over. With this, they annex a tiny bit of land. Why? Because they don't want to deal with this. And well, they do it over here. Yes, they leave most of the country untaken. This greatly strengthens them. Romania is greatly weakened from the first war and hasn't done anything to strengthen themselves. So they go and invade to get to the coast and take over the northern parts. With them sending a small army here, pretending to be the main front, which, yeah. As that's a distraction as they come in from the front they really wanted to come in. And they quickly take over where they came to attack. And then they move here away from Bucharest. And they manage to get to the coast, and then Bucharest falls. But with this, a peace treaty is signed, and it's a pretty fair peace treaty. With them just taking this, and they occupy most of the nation. So they aren't the most greedy empire. With them annexing Vojvodina. After being refused, a revolt breaks out in Serbia, and quickly after the revolt, they manage to declare their independence. They topple it to get their nationalistic party in charge. Yes, and then they go after Moldova for an annexation. Moldova is rapidly annexed, as they just move in by launching a government coup to overthrow it into a pro-Transylvania government. Now they go against Ukraine. And let's leave Crimea out of this because it's not very important. And well, the offensive begins. 3 fronts are made. 1 to take over the coast, which is this front. 1 towards Kiev, and 1 towards Lviv. With the one along the coast managing to get to the Dnieper River on the Kherson border and up a bit north from there. The one towards Kiev quickly meets up with the Belarusian border and has a pretty good encirclement started already, with this being mostly encircled. And then towards Lviv, they manage to take the city. And then they move in and take over Ruthenia, with the capital getting encircled to Kiev. They take over this so they don't need to worry about being pushed back. Then they go for their next move, which took more forces. 1, to make the corridor wider. And then next they cross and move into the Kherson and Zaporizhia regions of Ukraine. And then they keep moving, but they don't really want all of this. What they wanted was not much, but it was quite a bit though. With them annexing towards the Dnieper River, they annexed some of the coast, because why not? They annexed these lands, and then they annexed Ruthenia. Now they're managing to get a lot of land as Ukraine managed to collapse. And well, after this collapse, they decide it's time to annex those lands, which isn't a lot, although it does have 3 cities that are probably important. Odessa, Mykolaiv, and then Kherson. And at this point, they have formed their mighty empire, from a rebellious state all the way to an empire. And that's how the Transylvanian Empire was made. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and until you subscribe, bye guys!